Alright, so we're going to cold start the 1586 and take it back to my place. And of course, there we go. Sometimes my fuel gauge or my RPMs gauge won't turn on. And it was plugged in for maybe a couple hours.
I think that's got something to do with the hydraulics, so I keep forgetting to look it up.
pretty sure it's got something to do with the hydraulics. So it seems like if I rev it up, then it goes away, but I don't want to rev it up yet, you know. So I want it to fully warm up. I won't know until it gets smoke and she's still choking a little bit. My grandma, I tell you, she's bipolar, you know, it's one minute she's happy and the next minute she's pissing me off. Well, see, I can use this tractor as a threat, you know, because this is what's going to keep our farm going. So if I take it back to my place, she'll know that I ain't fucking around anymore. I'm sick and tired of her treating us like trash, and then yet, you know, I mean, it's funny too, because in a couple of weeks later, or a week later, she's calling and all, you know, let me fucking do. Well, I don't know. I mean, she's mad because I'm moving the tractor, and she's also mad because she just went out to the store. So, well, usually she calls, and then Mother will call sometimes too. Well, just bipolar, you know, I just don't get it. It's just, I don't know. I'm thinking I might leave Big Red here. You know, my sister's going to be coming over. Well, just a little bit after 1, and she should be coming around 1:30, so I have to fucking, well, I got the cell phone with me, but it's in my other pocket. I can't take them in roller calls. So there was a little blow by. let this sit and cool off for a minute. That's it, we're done. I guess she'll be fine here on the hill. She's in park and everything, so if I really wanted to, I could probably put a couple of some bricks or something in front of the tires, but I think it'll be fine. I'll fix my tarp better. It's not going to go anywhere as of right now, but it's just really cold out, and with the wind anyway, it's cold. So, but yeah, she'll just stay here then, I guess, until everyone decides to grow up, which we know that'll never happen. Not with her anyway. I actually spent a little bit of time, probably not even 20 minutes, having to open this little bit of the yard just to get her in here. I keep thinking she's wider than that, but I need to remember she's not that damn wide, so I don't really have to be plowing a lot of snow. But it was such a son of a bitch here in the corner because, well, the fucking tarp, you can't see anything with the tarp in the way, so I had to stop and try to lean out the window to see if I could see anything. And I wanted to get it closer to the house. I wanted to get it as close as possible, but then when I did, it was leaning too much that one way. I didn't want it to lean, so I just parked it where I had it parked all for that 1 month anyway. I'll have to walk around here, I guess, or this way, I guess it would work too, to get to my shop, because I'm blocking the trail a little bit. But you know, the reason why I'm doing this really is kind of just to send a message to my grandma, is like that I'm not going to take her bullshit. She had no reason to get mad at me for asking a question, so, or two anyway. You know, she has to understand that I'm moving my tractor because it's a wise decision to make. I don't know what that barn is capable of doing. It could collapse, and the wall could kick out and take out this side of the cab. Everything to her is a joke. This is a $9,000 tractor. I'd be putting probably at least $2,000 in for a door and a window. If it breaks this window and this door, this window. I mean, all these windows and stuff are replaceable. I think Steiner sells them. Case IH would sell them as well, and then I think there's another company that sells them as well. K&M, they sell them as well. So it's not hard to get parts, but the thing is, they're hellish expensive, you know. So I'm doing what, you know, makes sense to me, and the smart decision is just to fucking move it. I guess I should have figured that the barn would do that, you know. But we didn't think that we were going to get all this kind of fucking snow. I mean, see, that's the thing. You're never prepared for it. You're not prepared for it until you see it right in your face, or until something happens. Well, see, I'm moving it because I don't want anything to happen to it. And then, of course, I'm using this as a threat too, you know, that if she's going to be, you know, a dick to me, that then I'll just sell the 1586. You know, I'll get my $9,000 back, and you know, I'll put it into a vehicle then. You know, but I don't want to sell Dakota. You know, I love her. She's a good tractor, and she's got some problems. I plan on fixing them this summer. I'm going to start looking into this once the snow starts to melt. I'm going to start looking into the 3-point. try to get it to work. So, you know, the main thing for this winter anyway, what I wanted to do with it was to put the loader on it. That loader that I wanted to put on it was International 2450, the high lift version. The young guy, the guy that's got the 1086, he's got that exact same loader on his tractor, except he's got a grapple on his, and mine wouldn't have it. So, but the rim blew out, so, and the rim was more important than, you know, than the loader. If you're not going to have a usable rim, then there's no point in putting a loader on it. So the smart decision there was just to get a new rim. Figured, well, if they're going to put a new rim on it, they might as well service it too. So they serviced it for me. They put all new oil in it, antifreeze, filters, hydraulic filter. They bought the rim, but they didn't put it on. The gas company here did it. They put new bolts in the front wheels because I was missing one. So, you know, and I'm thankful that they did it for me, but, you know, I mean, I would continue to do business with them because it's really not, you know, the owner of the company or the guy that I do business with. It's not really his fault. It's that Mike guy. If Mike wasn't a dick, I'd be going back there in a hell of a hurry. I wanted to take it back there sometime in this summer and then have the headliner replaced. You know, it's going to be expensive. I don't know how much this kit was because it's the whole upper piece, but that's all they have to replace. There's nothing else to replace in it. All the side panels or the siding shit is good. It looks like brand new. It's dusty, but who cares about dust? You know, I mean, who gives a shit about that? Get a wet rag and clean it then, you know, not that big of a deal. So, but yeah, she just can't, you know, if I sell this tractor, then the farm, they'd basically be done. Because they really don't have a reliable tractor anymore because the 400 is not running the greatest, and that's got, it needs a new belt, but you can't replace the belt because you can't get the one part off because it's stripped. And I guess you need a special tool to remove it. Well, take the nut off and just get a puller or something, pull on it, you know. They make like these little pullers that you can hook an impact gun to or whatever. I'm sure that would probably pull it off. I don't know what's wrong with it. I've never looked at it, but well, I did look at it, but you can't see anything with all the hood and shit in the way. So, and it looks like my cat's already making himself at home on the tractor. Don't touch the block because it's hot. Yeah, so that's another thing too. They're gonna want to sit on the fucking hood. Damn. Oh well. They ain't gonna hurt the paint any more than it already is. It's the, you know, the paint is dicked, but it's not faded right out. There's still some life left in the paint, but that's another thing too, is that after I get things figured out with it, I was going to send the hood off and get it all repainted, and you know, and then have the cab rebuilt. The cab needs to be rebuilt on the outside. You know, the things are all starting to rot out and shit, so it's all going to get replaced. It's not bad enough that you got to do it right now. I mean, it'll be good for a few more years, but, you know, if you wanted a decent, good-looking tractor, you know. Now, I understand some people say that they don't want to do it. They want to leave them original. And, well, this 1586 is original. There's nothing new to it. I mean, well, besides the filters and oils, but that's just general maintenance. You can't... I'm talking paint and exhaust pipes and lights and stuff like that. It's all still original. So... And I do like the look of a stock original tractor, but I also like the look of a nice shiny one. But my problem with a shiny tractor is if you go to work, the son of a bitch, you just ruined a $30,000 paint job by getting dust all over it. So, but yeah, I mean, you guys are saying, well, you're thinking about painting the 1586. Well, that's because it's my first real tractor, and I want to give it some love, you know, and I want it to stay around. So. If I don't use it on the farm, this tractor would just be so overkill for this place, for my yard, because, you know, 2 spikes basically have the driveway, and I'm fucking done with it. So, You know, same with the here in the, by the just walkway right here. One swipe and I'd be done. So there's no sense to having, you know, 160 horsepower tractor snow blow this tiny little fucking driveway. I mean, that's something the John Deere should be doing that. So John Deere's just perfect for it. Put a 54-inch blower on the front, and you'd be good with it. So, but yeah. So, you know, I mean, yeah. She's kind of bipolar in a way, because she'll get pissed off at you, and then. You know, then a week or two later, then she's calling and she wants to make up with you, and you know, and now that since she'll see that the tractor's gone, well, she'll probably just think that I decided to take it back to my place because I didn't think it'd be safe there, you know. But like I said, I was just gonna park it. Well, you guys didn't see it in the video, but I would go past the barn, past the gate, and there's another little section of fence right there. I figured I'd just leave it there, because there's nothing there to, you know, to threaten it then. But then after how she treated me, I'm like, well, screw you then. You know, I'd rather have Dakota here where I can look at her all winter, you know, and be like, yeah, I bought something freaking awesome, you know. I mean, yeah, it's not shiny and new, but I didn't want that. So there's nothing wrong with farming with old equipment. And I know a lot about these Internationals because I grew up around them. So, you know, I know a thing or two about them. Well, the first thing I learned about when the younger guy, when he first let me bale hay with his 1086, he told me, well, he was with me, obviously. He wouldn't let me just go by myself. So, you know, that's the smart thing to do. I wouldn't let my kids do that either, you know, not until they had at least 5 or 10 years worth of experience put in. So, but he would let me bale with that 1086. Now, the old timer wouldn't let me bale with his. Well, that's understandable because his tractor was kind of, well, not the tractor, it's more like the baler. The baler was a piece of junk. So, whereas the one on the 1086, it you know, it was taken good care of and stuff, so it ran. Another cat's looking. Hi, kitty, how you doing? They're kind of scared of the fucking tarp. So they'll get over it. They're like, what's this big thing doing back here again? There's one thing I'd like to do, and I've seen people do it with dogs. They take their dog with them in the field, you know. I would like to take a cat with me in the field. I had a cat that was pretty fucking tame, but this one looks like he wants to hop in, but he's not going to be used to it. So, but yeah, I would like a cat that I can bring with me on, you know, just for some entertainment, I guess, whatever. I mean, you think you should, you know, you think driving a tractor would be fun as fuck, and it is, but sometimes you kind of get a little bit lonely, kind of, you know. You kind of need something to hang out with, so either you got to have a buddy with you, you know, like a friend, or a cat or a dog, I guess, or something with you, you know. But none of these cats would be tame enough to, well, he might get some balls, I don't know. No, he's leaving, I guess. So, you know, I mean, that's just why I just decided, well, the tractor would just be safer coming back with me than it would be to stay over there and, you know, get threatened all the time by something. So, but I didn't really want her here because, you know, there's really no room for it, you know. I mean, yeah, there's room right here, but the thing is, it's in the way. So now I can't move this little bit of snow right here. But we only got a couple more months left of winter, so fuck it. Once spring comes, I mean, yeah, it'll probably be going back to the farm because I'm sure we'll be made up by then. But because she's just that way. But I don't think it's going to be that easy for me to just you know, just to forgive her, because she had no reason to fly off the handle at me anyway. I'm just a message boy, you know. She already knew that I was going to move the tractor. I told her a couple days ago I was going to move it because I didn't think it was safe being by the barn. So, here comes a wheel loader. So yeah, Fuck, you didn't even look. You don't notice the big red blob sitting in my yard, anyone? Nobody noticed this anymore? No? Old school, I guess? I don't know, whatever. So, you know, I'm basically just moving it because, you know, I gotta put my foot down and I gotta show that I'm not going to take her shit. And how did I not whack the side of the freaking house like that? Holy shit. It shows that I got pretty damn close there. Yeah, well, I didn't hit it, so that's a fucking plus. See, I tried to move what I could for snow, but shit, this damn crap's getting hard now, so... It was starting to melt, but then it started getting cold again, so... Now we're down to well, we're only about 7 above right now with that wind, but without the wind it'd be like 20 something, so... Right now with the wind it's pretty cold out, so... But yeah, I'm just not going to, you know... I'm just not going to put up with it anymore. It's stupid. You know, I mean, I could turn around and sell this tractor. Someone would buy it. I know they would because there was already 3 people looking at it when I was looking at it. Nope, 2. Well, if you consider me, I'd be the first. I was the first one to make a move on it, and then there was a couple other ones that followed shortly after. So, but I'm really surprised no one bought it right when it went up on the tractor house, because basically this tractor, if you bought it, you'd be buying it for a steal. And I bought it, I basically stole it because I got it for even way less than what I had suggested. I had suggested $8,500, and they made a mistake and said $8 grand. So I was like, well, but then you gotta understand there's $900 worth of shipping costs, so $8,900 for this fucking tractor, which actually makes kind of sense because there's $8,900 on it. So, but they kind of base it off hours too. But I think that they're still asking a little bit too much for it, because my friend's got a 986 and it's got about 1,000 hours more than this. It's probably close to 10,000 by now. He's only wanting 7,500 for it. But then again, his tractor's got more problems than this one. This tractor's basically solid. You know, it's got minor problems, but we'll figure that out later on. So, you know, I mean, it's just... I mean, I could sell the tractor. You know, hell, I could even fix it up and sell it and get a little bit more out of it, and then go buy a pickup, buy a car. So, and it seems like now, see, the thing that's with this now, it seems like we're fighting more and more all the time now. It's like at least a couple times a month now we're fighting. It's like either her bipolar is getting worse, or I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's just there's a million things going through my mind right now, trying to figure out, you know, what the main cause is of her going in and out of these freaking pissy moods all the time, you know. And I just don't know which one to pick, because there's thousands of them, you know. She does things wrong, you know, and we tell her that it ain't right and it's not healthy for, you know, say animals or anything. She's just like, oh, go fuck yourself. Well, if you want to live in that kind of environment, that's fine, and don't bring her around my house then, you know. I mean, it's bad enough that, you know, me and my mom and sometimes my sister, you know, we all fight sometimes, you know, but when me and mother fight, you know, and usually it's just over stupid shit, of course, the next day we're all talking again. Because we're not, you know, we're not bipolar like she is, you know, where she stays mad for weeks. You know, we just get over it. That's just something we do. So she just continues to freaking drag on with the crap and, you know, make it miserable for everybody else. So that's why I don't really care for her coming over at my house, because she just brings a bunch of fucking negative crap with her, and then it gets dumped on my house. You know, and then yet, you know, she's got flea problems at her house. Of course, we got the problem too, but for some reason we have ours more under control, and we're doing less. They're doing more, and they're still having the flea problems up the ass. Now you would think with it being wintertime it wouldn't have fleas in the house. Well, we basically don't. I mean, we see some here and there. The cats still have them, obviously, but I don't know why. Stupid, whatever. So we have less fleas than her. And of course, well, then if they get on her, then she comes over to my house and dumps them off. Because, well, she don't know that she's carrying them because they're in her clothes and in her shoes and what the hell ever else is going on there, you know. And it just gets dumped off at my place. So, you know, like, I ain't doing much to keep my fleas under control. It just, you know, I got flea lights out. We vacuum. And every once in a while I'll spray the carpet with, vinegar and water. That seems to slow them down. Doesn't kill them, but it slows them down enough to where we can keep the population under control. All they do is vacuum and have the flea lights out. That works, but apparently it's not working good enough, and I'm basically doing less than her, and I'm keeping mine under control. So what the hell the problem is going on over her place, I don't know. Well, the thing there is she's got too many damn animals. I mean, 2 dogs and then 10 million cats running around. I mean, yeah, I got a lot of cats too. I got a lot of cats too, but I do what I can to, you know, keep them healthy, take care of them, because they're my pets. That's why you have them. You don't have them to, you know, make them live miserable, you know, and to watch them suffer like she does. She seems to enjoy them, to watch them suffering, you know. Whereas I have my cats for a reason. I have mine to play with, to give them love, you know, hold them. That's what they want. They want to be held. They want some attention sometimes, you know. My cats get it all the time. Whereas hers, she's got some cats scattered all over the farm, so some of them don't even see love for most of the day. It's just not right. So, but she's getting back into that habit of having tons of cats around when she had gotten rid of them all before, and she's back to having them again. So, I don't know. But I guess the only thing I really could ever do is, if I don't farm with the tractor, I'll just use it as a snowblower tractor. And I guess if the younger guys need some help, then I'll have to use it for that. But I guess if people want their driveway snow blowed out, then I guess this would be the perfect machine to do it. It's got plenty of power, so. And I climbed right over that little bit of snow that had sitting there, no problem. But I figured I wouldn't struggle on her. But I thought she'd be frozen to the ground. I think she's going to be frozen now because it's sitting on ice. So, yeah. Not really. That one tire's, I think, on grass, but it'll be alright. So, but yeah, anyways, guys, I'm going to take off. That's just what's going on. So that's why I brought Dakota home. So, because of this childish crap she wants to play. Well, I'm going to be the bigger man and show her that I'm not going to take her shit. So I brought the tractor home. So, fuck it. Because she has no reason to yell at me for me just asking a simple question. If she wants to yell at someone, she can go yell at Mother then, because Mother's the one that wanted to go up, not me. I'm just passing the word on, you know. I'm just the message boy. Don't get mad at the fucking message boy. But then again, that's why I want to stop being the message boy, you know, because, you know, I just don't want to get fucking yelled at for, you know. So, screw it. But I can say one thing though, the Dakota's definitely got some good batteries in her. I mean, the tractor sat all winter. I mean, I've started it, but it's been cold out, and these batteries are still running strong. So they probably should be plugged in on a tender. But I don't know if my little tenders would do any good to these big batteries. I'd have to get something bigger, I guess. But whatever. So anyways, guys, I guess I'm going to take off because I'm done. Dakota will sit here now for a while. Of course, the duals are still at the farm, but they're not in the way, so she ain't gonna hear shit about that. And the duals are kind of shot anyway. There's not much rubber life left on them, but if you needed them for something, you could still use them. So, anyways, guys, oh yeah, and I'm also using my magnet mount, by the way, if you see that. So this will be an interesting view. I think it should turn out good, but we'll find out. So, alright guys, I'm going to take off, so I guess have a good day and stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching guys, take it easy.